they settled in bed. Deborah closed her eyes and tried to sleep in spite of Leah's soft snoring. It didn't help that after several hours Leah woke her up. "Are you wet yet?" she asked. "No," Deborah growled and turned her back and curled into her covers. She felt so at peace when she finally got to sleep. She ran as fast as she could, but they were still behind her. She couldn't just run away from the engine noises because the men in the Prius chasing her were running off the batteries. She had to constantly look back to make sure they had not veered off to double around and come at her from the front. She could see the tattooed driver through the Prius's windows. His cold, grey eyes pierced her as she tried to escape. She ran toward a gas station she saw in the distance. If only she could make it there, she would be safe, or at least she hoped she would find refuge there. When she arrived at the gas station, she saw no one in sight. The windows were dark, and since the only light came from the flickering neon beer lights, she realized it was closed. The pumps were the old-style ones with mechanical digits indicating the amount of gas bought and the price. The marquee over the pumps had peeling paint. The only sounds she heard were the metal price advertisements tapping out a warning when the breeze hit them. She looked behind her, seeing the Prius try to run her down. Inside were the terrorist who stole her rig, the young college girl, and the other man she had seen at the theater. The Prius grew as it sped toward her, becoming her own tank truck. The man inside stared her down. It was less than 10 feet away when it burst into flames. She braced for the coming impact, but none came. She woke up sweating and screaming. "You okay, Allison?" asked Leah. Deborah rubbed her eyes and tried to get her bearings. Light streamed into the room. She felt her bed near her bottom, but there was no wetness. "Just had a bad dream," she said. "At least I didn't wet the bed." "Well, that's good," said Leah. "Maybe you won't need the diapers anymore." She put her hand inside her pajamas and felt the plastic of the diaper. It actually felt thicker than it had when she put it on. It also felt squishy. She put her hand in the diaper. Her skin was wet, and when she took her hand out, it smelled like pee. "I do need them," she said. "I'm wet, but my bed is dry." Leah got out of bed. "I'm going to go take a shower." She hurried out of the room. "But Deborah started to say. She got out of bed, took off her pajama bottoms, and looked in the mirror. The blue stripes up and down the front of the diaper were gone. She felt so babyish in the diapers, but at least she didn't have to strip the bed. "And tomorrow, Allison," she said, "I will plan how to get the people that did this to us."